Well, hello there, and welcome to another Decade Collage Challenge video. Now this one is going to be a collage made of images from only the 1980s, and I'm going to be flipping through some vintage Life magazines from the 1980s to make said collage. And here we go, all of my vintage Life magazines from the 1980s, and the first one we shall be going through is this one here, from July 1986. Definitely starting off strong with some very 1980s sort of things here. Now what I'm going to do, because I think this might be cool to use, is I'm gonna tear out this page and maybe do something with the steering wheel here. So we shall see. Look at these shoes from the 1980s. Oh, it's blank. You guys can put your own photos there, I suppose. Oh, it says, life would be empty without Kodak professional film. Look at that guy. He has a total 1980s like vibe and style. Oh yeah. Haagen-Dazs. We still love Haagen-Dazs, don't we? Ford Bronco. Wow. Wow. This art style here, that's very 1980s. I don't know if you guys remember the 1970s one that I just did. That one and the artwork in that was very 1970s. So it's always cool to see the different artwork in these various vintage Life magazines, and you can totally tell which decade it's from just by the art style. But this is an old AT&T ad. That's pretty cool. Oh, check it out. Well, that's a pretty cool picture of the Statue of Liberty. Whoa, look at that artwork right there. Now that is interesting. And that balcony and the shape of it and everything. That's cool. No. All right, well, we have reached the end of our first 1980s vintage Life magazine, and look at what kind of ad. It's a little different than all the ones in our previous collage challenge videos. The next issue of our vintage Life magazines that we'll be looking through is from August 1989. It was $2.95. All these old advertisements are very interesting. Like, check out this one. Good Seasons? I haven't heard of them. This is a salad dressing mix. Now that's cool. I can't say that I've ever bought a mix for salad dressings. Look at this old Lifesaver. All right, now I might have to do something with that later on. We'll see. I really like that old steering wheel that I already chose. So we'll see what I choose to do. Oh, dude, check out his outfit. That is an outfit for the ages. Yo, all right, you know how big Pepsi was in the 80s. Oh man, yes. That's another AT&T ad, that's funny. Check out this. This Ford 1980s, very 1980s car. Another Bronco ad. Look at a 1980s fridge. How fun. It's a Whirlpool. Whirlpool? All right, you guys, I think we're getting to the end, and yet here we are on the back of yet another Vintage Life magazine. Let's go on to the next one. And here's the next Vintage Life magazine we'll be flipping through from January 1987. But look at this. Oh my, oh, I thought it flipped again, but it doesn't. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I have to do something with some of these 80s cars because very interesting looking, but as you can see, I've already cut something out of this one. Oh, I cut off a cowboy's hat. That's funny. Look at all these shoes. I think this is gonna be my background, so we'll see what we could put in among these shoes. But even though these are heels, they're totally 1980s heels, so we'll see. Look at all these people. I love including people in my collages. I just really do. Like, I love them. They're just like standing there posing. What happens if I had them standing there posing in front of all these shoes? Look at this lady holding an umbrella. Oh my goodness. So you know what I think I need to do? I think I need to use this lady and have her sitting on this shelf or perhaps on a pair of shoes. So I'm gonna cut this lady out of this little image right here. This little page, this little Life magazine page. And we'll save her for later. See what we can do with her. Because I even have that vintage steering wheel from the 1980s that I could also use, and I could probably, honestly, so we have the steering wheel, I could have her maybe sitting right here and then some stuff falling. So we'll see what I do. And I can still put this on the background with all those shoes. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide to do. We could even go for a little "it's raining men" sort of thing. So we'll see. We'll see where this takes us. But as of right now, oh my goodness, I cut out from an old Stouffer's ad. This is why a lot of the times before I cut things out, I'll look on the back just to see if it's something I might want to use for other collages more than what I did cut out. But that is a cool ad. I think I like the lady in the umbrella for this collage, so I don't think it was much of a loss. And look at her. She's just like chilling up there. You know what? I think I'll cut out her too. Oh, I almost made that mistake again. So let's check the back. Oh, it's just Tom Cruise. We're good. So we'll cut out this lady here. Here we go. Placing it off to the side. And oh boy. Oh boy. Oh look, Pretty in Pink. I love that movie. I love Pretty in Pink. The Statue of Liberty again. Look. A Haagen-Dazs ad. I feel like I should do something with Haagen-Dazs. But yeah, Life magazines have a lot of history in them for sure. Highlighting some very interesting points in history. Like look, Arnold Schwarzenegger getting married. How wonderful. Oh boy, we got all sorts of 80s stuff up in here. Is that Tommy Lee? Tommy Lee getting married. I like this Panasonic ad. It's just so cool. And that little laser beam thing is so 80s. So 80s. So totally 80s. What would you guys have said in the 80s? Okay, random floating baby. Oh yes, random floating baby. All right, I definitely need this in my collage. So I'm gonna take this random floating baby and use it. It's a baby doll. Use it for my collage here later on. Maybe that can be what is falling from the sky that the lady needs an umbrella for. So we'll see. We could use a bunch of other things too, perhaps. Okay, there's this sign that you put in your car, right? That says baby on board. And I have this random like baby doll like just gonna be floating. So I could totally use this whole baby on board thing and just put it in there, and I think that would be funny just to have it in there. So we'll use that. Be like, oh, baby on board, shoes in the closet, fun stuff like that. Whoa. Hey, Jeff Goldblum, cool. Uh-oh, you see what's about to happen? About to flip the page. We're on the back of yet another Life magazine, and guess what? We only have one more to flip through. Now I know I've already made a collage out of this one here, so what we'll do is we'll find what we can find, and this is the last one we'll be flipping through. So if I don't find anything here, I'll have to work with what I have so far. But this one here is from April from April 1987. Looks like I cut out another cowboy hat there. A hand holding a glass with what looks like club soda and a strawberry. Another Ford Bronco ad. In every single one of these 1980s Life magazines, there has been a Bronco ad. Very 1980s, right? Hey, Spaceballs. But look at this. It's a very 1980s room and setup. Look at all those TVs. Wheel of Fortune. That's cool. More very interesting works of art. And Snow White. Snow White. Oh, I love this. Isn't that cool? I really do find that very cool. Well, that is neat looking. Look how pretty that is. The 50th anniversary. Oh, all the actors in one spot. Or most of the actors. Oh my goodness. Oh my. John Travolta's hair. I love it. It's amazing. Looks like we're on the back of yet another Life magazine. Well, that was the last one, guys. I think we have a nice little 1980s collage over here. So we'll stick all the elements together, and that shall be our collage for the 1980s. All I gotta do is get everything cut out and stuck on this page here. Gonna be using this handy dandy cutting tool. Right here. This lady has very poofy 1980s hair. I love it though. It's great. And here we go. Our first tiny person for this collage. Just look at her hair. How 80s. And now I'm going to be cutting out this little baby doll. I think there's not too many details on this one, so I could probably just use my handy dandy scissors to cut out this very interesting little baby doll. That random baby doll is all cut out. I think for her too, I'm gonna use just my scissors to cut her out because there doesn't seem to be too much detail on her. She is small, but I think not too small for my scissors. And here we go, the lady with the umbrella. And all I gotta cut out now is the steering wheel and our background just to make it a little bit smaller. I always love cutting around curves with my scissors. It's always a fun time. Almost done cutting this out here. Yay! There we go. Got our last little detail. Almost forgot about that one because it was off to the side here. We're on the final steps of putting together our 1980s collage. Now that everything is cut out, I'm gonna glue everything together and it shall be our finished collage. Yes, this shall be fun. All right. Getting out my favorite disappearing purple glue by Elmer's. And I gotta kind of figure out how I want everything to be. So I know I want her sitting on this, but do I want to tilt it or what? I think I'm gonna have it sitting up here, kind of tilted like this, because that's kind of fun, putting things at an angle, right? And then I'm gonna have her sitting on the steering wheel right here. And then that random baby doll kind of falling right there. Kind of like whoop. And then this lady, a random lady, having her kind of just sitting in here. I'm thinking maybe like this or something. Or like leaned up against there, sort of like this. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Looks like we got it. All right, just gotta glue everything together now. Do the gluing over here on the side like I do. And then I can wipe down this cutting board or cutting mat later. Yes, how fun. And then I'm gonna get that steering wheel all glued down. Yes, that's a good spot. And then our lady with the umbrella. I have to be careful when I'm gluing on her not to tear the umbrella off because it's held on by a little bit of paper there. Gonna place her right over here. And then gonna have her sitting right there. How fun is that? All right, and then oh boy, you guys, this is always my favorite part, is putting everything together and watching the collage just like come together. It's always so fun. It's like, whoa, baby doll falling. And then our final lady, our final piece. And I think what I'm gonna do is just take her, since she's so tiny, and just slide her across the glue. Look at this. See, just slide her across the glue. There we go. And then have her sitting over here on this shelf of shoes, having her kind of leaned up over here, kind of like this. I think that's good. a good angle. Oh, how fun. And I think this is going to be our completed 1980s decade collage. How fun. How fun, you guys. I'll give you a little close-up here of our final collage. All right, and our completed collage for the 1980s. How fun. Oh my goodness, this was such a fun collage to make. And look at all the colors and all the 1980s stuff. And the random baby doll. Oh, this is so fun. How fun. And that's it for the 1980s decade collage. And we have one more collage for the decade collage challenge videos, and that's going to be the 1990s. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I truly enjoyed making that collage. It was so much fun, and oh, I'm so excited to do the very final collage for this challenge and show you guys all of the ones that I've made and kind of put them in order from my favorite to my least favorite, but I like them all, to be honest. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I truly enjoyed making it, and I hope you stay tuned for more. Bye!